Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the second of two stakes races at Churchill Downs on Thursday. Race number 10, it's the Unbridled Sidney Stakes. $150,000 is the purse. Some nice fillies and mares going 5.5 furlongs. Before we get to the analysis, it is Kentucky Derby week at Churchill Downs, and we've got everything you need to win big at DRF.com with the one-stop Derby shop. Derby packages, past performances, betting strategies, clocker reports, and lots more. Head on over to DRF.com. Here's the field for the Unbridled Sidney Stakes, race number 10. It's an overflow field. Several also eligibles in here. Alexandra, the 4, 3-1 on the morning line, is a powerful late runner, but she needs pace and she needs racing luck.
Yeah, she does. We'll see if she gets it, Dan. I'm pretty comfortable saying that if Alexandra shows up and runs her best race and, manages to not get stopped in here, she's just better than these horses. We'll see if all those things work in her favor here.
Let's see what the Timeform US pace projector looks like. They don't have it as a blazing pace. LZ is quick. The 10, yes, it's Ginger, is quick. Into Mystic, the 1, is also fast, as is the 6, Jakarta. This pace might heat up a little bit, but it may not be run at a blazing tempo.
Yeah, we'll see. I guess they don't have to be flying up there, but I thought there was plenty of speed in this race.
Into Mystic, the number 1, is just in really good form right now for trainer Brendan Walsh. Beaten favorite last time out in the Giants Causeway. I can't fault anything Irad did in that race. I just think she was forced to move early. The rail opened up. Go for it. And Into Mystic opened up a clear lead. Let's watch that race because Change of Control is the horse that runs down Into Mystic. Into Mystic got the rail run, opens it up, and Change of Control runs her down late. I do wonder if Into Mystic moved just a hair early.
And she might have been forced to go a little bit earlier than she wanted to. I also feel like, Dan, it could just be worth considering. This was a day where the turf was very soft. Everybody was avoiding the inside except for Into Mystic, who stayed on the rail. The only other turf race was the Jenny Wiley. And even that race got wired by a horse who stayed off the inside the entire way, didn't want to be down there. So maybe that's an excuse for Into Mystic. I feel like in a lot of ways, she ran maybe the best race last time. She just didn't win.
Into Mystic, I think, is going to try the trip she received 3 starts back at the fairgrounds, where she basically rode the pocket and got to the outside. She breaks from the rail with that kind of positional speed. We saw Change of Control rally from out of it in the Giants Causeway. Heck, she beat 4 of these common foes, including Into Mystic. It was a breakout performance for a mare that's been knocking on the door. Perhaps best yet for Into Mystic. She really seems to run well at Churchill Downs. 3 for 3 on this turf course.
Yeah, likes this turf course. Probably going to get another good trip, Dan. She has that kind of running style where you can just put her anywhere in a race and she'll show up. Maybe she took advantage a little bit last time, but she also really ran. It was a little disconcerting to me that she had lost so many times to a bunch of horses that she's facing again in here before she wound up turning the tables. Finally, last time, can she do it twice in a row?
Lady Grace is a fascinating price horse for trainer Mark Casse. This is a mare that hasn't run since October, but she is a proven horse, fresh. And in that race in October, she not only was in against males in the Nearctic, she caught a paceless race and tried to rally into it and actually didn't do badly before flattening out late.
Yeah, I agree. And she was wide every step of the way in there, too. Just had everything working against her last time. Her form prior to that was really good. I don't feel like you could say in her 2 prior wins, she was beating horses even of this quality, but she won those races really easily. I just feel like this is a filly who could take another step forward here. She's going to have to be ready off the layoff, obviously, but I think she's pretty good.
Another horse that might have been compromised by the pace in that in the Arctic was Olympic Runner, who finished 4th. That horse has come back to win a stakes race, second in 3 other races, including a grade 3. Alexandra won the grade 1 Jaipur against the boys last year, and when she's right, she kicks hard. Let's watch her last race, the Wishing Well, on February the 15th, going 6.5 furlongs. And as usual, she's last turning into the stretch, but she really kicks on home. She finishes ahead of 2 next out winners, the 3rd place horse coming back to win the Misdirection at Santa Anita with a 92 buyer.
Yeah, she runs fine in this race, Dan. She had to steady a little bit on the turn when a horse came out in front of her a little bit, but she gathered some late momentum. I thought she ran fine in there. Her Breeders' Cup was probably a situation where just missing a lot of time leading up to that race probably just really worked against her. So I'm not going to hold that race against her. To me, she's just really good. I think she's the best horse in this race. We'll see if she gets a trip.
Foxy Bell's one of those Michael Maker specials. Maker claimed this horse 2 starts back. Let's watch the first start off the Maker claim. Entered for 62.5 at Gulfstream. In behind horses, waiting for a seam for Irad. Irad finds it. There's the rail. There's Foxy Bell. She shoots on through. She gets it done. Now she's up in class.
Yeah, pretty good effort here. This is her second win in a row. Obviously, that trip really worked out for her. As you mentioned, maybe a brief moment there where you were concerned about her, but she got the room she needed. She was better than those horses. This is a way tougher spot.
Jakarta is the number 6. She pushed the pace in the Giants Causeway before being run down by change of control. No match for Intimistic. Wonder if she really cared for that yielding footing.
Yeah, that's certainly a viable excuse for her. She, has handled firmer turf in the past. I guess there's some rain in the forecast for the early part of this week down there in Kentucky, Dan. So if it's going to come up wet again, it probably works against her. I'm not as much of a fan of hers as you have been. I think you've been more right about her than I have, and she has really good speed. I can't really buy into this horse for some reason.
Winning Envelope turns back to a distance that might be a little bit sharp for her. She's run some good races sprinting. She just always seems to come up a little bit short. And if you're comparing closers, she may not have the kick of Alexandra, but her race last time out going 2 turns was useful enough. She finished 3rd. The 5th place horse came back to run 3rd in the Grade 3 Bewitch with a 91 buyer.
Yeah, I mean, she's fine. She can sprint or go long. She does need a trip, and she needs a little bit of pace. And as you've already pointed out, she's not the best closer in this race, but she's going to be a really good price.
I'm a huge fan of the 8. She is on the warpath, but I wonder if Steve Margolis is just using this race as a starting off point. I realize the one and only time she sprinted on the turf, she won, but that was a maiden way back in 2019. She had no shot last time out in the Galleret, a race won by Juliet Foxtrot, who recently won the Grade 1 Jenny Wiley.
Yeah, she kept pretty good company and has acquitted herself pretty well with those horses. I don't love her sprinting off the layoff, especially against a field like this.
I was disappointed with LZ's performance last time out in the Giants Causeway. She made the lead in between horses, and she just tired very badly. Listen, maybe it was simply the yielding ground. Her race on dirt 2 starts back was good. She ran some good races on turf at the fairgrounds. I wonder if this class level is a little tough for her.
Yeah, I mean, I guess my biggest problem with her, Dan, is, and not that I think she can't win here, I just feel like perhaps a horse like Intimistic is just a little bit better than she is. Listen, I personally feel like she ran fine last time. I feel like that was a really fast pace considering the ground that they were on in there, and she just got tired at the end. I'm not going to hold that against her.
Maybe she'll have an easier time of it than on the lead in here. Yes, it's Ginger. The 10 could push her. Yes, it's Ginger sat 2nd, ran on by 2 starts back at the fairgrounds, and then she followed it up with a gate-to-wire winner on dirt. She's sharp. She'll also be making her stakes debut.
Yeah, step up in class here. I don't know that she has the right running style or the class to really contend with these horses.
The rest of the field are also eligible, so let's go to our top pick for the Unbridled Sidney Stakes. I think Intimistic's going to trip out in here, Mike, the number 1. I think she's going to sit the pocket and maybe get the jump. Lady Grace is a fascinating price horse. If she goes off at her morning line, she might be the right play, considering she was totally pace compromised and runs well fresh.
Yeah, it might be a little dirtied up. I just feel like she probably does have to improve, Dan. I just feel like she's going to be a really good price, and I'm not sure that she's in over her head against these horses. I like your top pick. I almost had her up there. I think Alexandra is way the horse to beat in here. I just didn't want to put her on top as the favorite.
3-4-1-2 for Mike, 1-2-7-8 for me. It's the Unbridled Sidney Stakes, one of 2 stakes races at Churchill Downs on Thursday. Good luck.